All right, continuing on with the room tour here. Kind of get the main shot of the room here. Get scrolled out here. It's hard to. This is my new setup here. It's pretty crazy. That's part of the reason why I'm calling it Bewitched Lazy Boy. My chair is a little beat up. It's seen a lot of wear and tear. I slept in here when I was on dialysis because my dialysis machine would drain better in this room. But I've cleaned up the room significantly. The desk used to be back here. I used to have a desk with my monitors on it back there in the back. And the computer is set where that lamp is. It was just, I never liked it. So there we go. There's my wall of movies. You can kind of see them better now. I did leave these lights on. Hopefully they're not causing too much anguish in people's eyes. I left them on so they kind of light up this area here. But basically what we got going on here is I'm using a gimbal, everybody, so sometimes it has a mind of its own. I'm just not a gimbal expert operator. It does a good job. It lets me kind of pull in like this. But basically these are speakers. I run like my computer through the big speakers, and I run my record player through them with a tube preamp, and it's good enough just to listen to them because primarily I'll listen stuff on my phone through headphones. So it's really just a sample records and things like that. It's not like a full-time thing. The same setup on this side. The little speakers now, they're technically surround sound speakers that are hooked to my TV. I'll swing around here and show all you guys. These are just little silicone pads. The reason the one's purple and not gray, the one on the other side's black, the reason why is because they sent me the wrong pack. They sent me a pink and purple. I kind of like the purple. Pink, no thank you. I don't hate pink. I just didn't. It's just not the motif I was going for here. The purple worked. That's one of my track balls. And I'm gonna go around the room first and kind of show you the shelves, and then I'll sit down in the chair and kind of show you what's underneath, my gaming setups, things like that. We'll start over here. I guess we'll go clockwise. I guess we can start at the TV. Come on. That gimbal, see what I'm saying? It's kind of just, it does what it wants to. It doesn't act the way it needs to be acting. But here's my TV, 65-inch LG. It's like a 5-year-old model. Still looks great. Still does just fine. But after slinging around here, this is my 65-inch LG OLED. This is just it's got a little electric fireplace in it here, down here. There is shelves for stuff you want to put in there, but they never were practical. They're not big enough for a laser display or really anything but maybe the Blu-rays. Since I don't have anything in there now, I may eventually put them in there. I don't know. It may tidy things up a little bit more. But kind of moving on. And that right there is just my air conditioning unit I had to run up here in this part of the house. Excuse the horrible carpet. This is carpet's been in this. There's only 2 rooms with carpet left in this house. It's my bedroom and this one. My bedroom has been changed. And the rest of the house is hardwood floors now. But moving along here, that's just a subwoofer for that. It's just a cheap LG surround sound. It does a pretty decent job. It does what I need. There was the front speaker if you guys didn't pay attention to it. Which I've got to change that mount. It's really sitting on a 2x4 because the TV's set so low, there's nowhere to put it at. It blocks the TV, so I had to make this mount. I've got to come up with a lighter piece of wood. This looks better. I just haven't done it yet. We go up top here. Hope you didn't get sick after that plane ride. But up here is there's some more movie sets. that Frank Capra set that came out last year. There's Columbia Classics. I got 3 of them. There's a drone up there that I don't fool with much, but there's some manga up here. Here's Evangelion, 3 of them. The full Battle Angel Alita, and here's some other stuff still boxed with Orson Scott Card, the Ender Saga, some other books. If you look back in here, that's just some trade comic books, and here's just some junk. There's a couple of bulbs from different lighting setups I have, and there's a remote for that drone, excuse me. And these are just books. These probably don't have much interest. I'm sorry I'm flying through this. I'm trying not to make it a super amazingly long video. I got stuff stuffed everywhere. There's a pretty cool set there. I don't know if you can see it there. I got some light. That's Ford at Fox set. These are the beginning of the laser discs. On top is more books. Got a little Bruce Campbell figurine there. The complete collection. Ash versus the Evil Dead. The Ash with the chainsaw. Star Trek. Some Hot Wheels there. And the Back to the Future, of course. In the hover mode. Just some cars there. Porsche GT3. There's some other... There's like that Gamera Blu-ray set, and this is the Fellini set over here. There's some other box sets from, these are the Criterion box sets of Laserdisc. These are just junk in here. It's not junk, it's just I think some old magazines and stuff. I think one of them is like the Courtney Force ESPN Sports Edition. Body issue, excuse me. I've been around drag racing my whole life, so I collected that. That's just some other junk. I just pull that out. This Laserdisc. More Laserdisc. Here's another. Couple of towers of DVDs. There's more animation. G.I. Joe, kind of more the mainstream He-Man, stuff like that. DuckTales, things of that nature. And more sets. There's like Arrested Development. The original sets plus that box set, which has the one of the Netflix seasons on there. Robin Big, things like that. Excuse me, I've got a couple. There's the Godzilla Criterion layout here. Always got to find places to put it. More laser discs down here. Obviously 2 shelves. Box set laser discs, and some of them are not. Some of the laser discs down here aren't in polys yet. Pretty new addition. I got a Audio Technica turntable for listening. I haven't bought a new one pretty much my whole life. The old turntable I used was my dad's. Used it. That's also my... I've had that lamp for 20 years now. It's a part of a Lazy Boy collection. It's called a skyscraper or a tower with light. I love that thing. It's kind of retro looking. I do like that. But this is, it's just Audio Technica turntable. Nice setup. It's one of the belt driven instead of the direct drive. The direct drive was $500, and it's kind of what I wanted, but then when I looked into them and realized that most audiophiles enjoy the belt driven. They're smoother, and this thing is smooth as silk. It's got like some gear drives inside that help smooth it out. It's really nice. Really nice. But this is the shelf I was talking about. And I think one of my videos, but this is all the stuff unwatched. It's unwatched plus just some of the stuff, like this I've seen. Like The Man from U.N.C.L.E., things like that. I've seen it, but I haven't watched the 4K edition yet. And there's a lot of things in here like that. Can't hardly wait. You've probably seen that. If I can get this thing to cooperate with me. See, it's going loopy like that. It's just doing that because my arm's at a weird angle, but that's what's in that. Let me kind of walk back out here, and there we go. This is the back side of all my computer setup. I didn't kind of back up and show you guys that. But that's my wire management and everything. I don't know how well you can see it or not, but it's alright. It's a decent wire management. It's not horrible. It's just, as long as it's not, I try to make it so it's not just nasty everywhere. I just don't want, if you have that many wires, they're going to be out on the floor and a tripping hazard. You're going to be unplugging stuff, pulling stuff off. You guys know the routine. There's my computer on. These are the TV set side of things. These are TV sets. The movie set's on the very top. Excuse me. First two rows of the movie set, except the Donna Reed right there on the end. But then the rest are television sets. As you can see, this very bottom row down here, this is something you never could see before on the Low IQ channel, is down here with the British stuff and things like that. It's really hard to get into here, but this is just A through Z Blu-rays, and I've got a lot more. They're just here and there, and eventually I'll take you to the bedroom where I've got even more movies. That's where my steelbooks are and other movies. You can kind of see I have wires everywhere. I won't drop down there and show you the floors. It's dark back here. You can't see it anyways, but hope you're not getting sick from watching from some of these down here. Specialties. These are different things. Shout Factory, Scream Factory. Then we'll head over to this. This is the Criterion. Shelf. I wanted one of these shelves like this for the other one that I just showed you over there with all the new stuff, but they don't make this big shelf anymore. Atlantic don't make the big one, or it's just not being made momentarily. But I do want another one. Here's a roll of watch movies here on the very bottom. But there's that shelf. Now this shelf's going to be hard to get into because it's a little tight in here, but this is the Kino Lorber shelf. I'll have to swing around here. Excuse me for the little bit of there's that Big Bang Theory set. It actually goes up top. I'll show you in a minute. And this, like the film noir sets I have. I've probably missed a bunch here lately. There's probably 10 more I don't have, and eventually might pick them up. But just Kino Lorber. I got a lot of Kino Lorber. I like Kino a lot. I picked these up. This is probably stuff you guys haven't seen. I got all the Monk series and the Columbo. And then you get down to the bottom here and you get into the 4K. All right, everybody, continuing on with the tour here. This is the corner closest to the door. And this is kind of an area where I've got the few action figures and different things of collectibles, and my Hot Wheels right here. Head on down here. 4K players, 2 Blu-ray players. One of them's a multi-region. You come on down to this area down here. Get into, there's some few vinyls that I have here. I have a lot more in storage, and you guys probably seen that. You'll be seeing these in one of my videos, those movies. There's this box of cigars right there I keep in here. And there's some of my Switch game boxes. That's about it. And the very bottom shelf, so we can get down here. Sorry, it's a little bit messy down here, but that's my Laserdisc player. Let's come on back up here. Sorry about the shadowing. I don't have good lighting in this corner. If you pull back to here, this is just more DVDs. This particular shelf right here is all Mystery Science Theater. The whole shelf is Mystery Science Theater. Okay. This other shelf down here is just various sets. Once again, we'll swing back around here. Here we go. This shelf here, that's just my router. Well, it's my internet right there. Now my computer, as you can see around there, there's a couple wires like there I hardwire in, but this is still receiving signal, so it's not technically a true hardwire. But this is anime and animation, like Dragon Ball, Robotech, Samurai 7, Dragon Ball Z, Evangelion stuff down through here. My well, once again, this is my thing went crazy on me for some reason. But you can see it goes down to the bottom. We got the Beavis and Butthead. Swing over here, there's various things. I think that's the Cowboy Bebop set way down there for some reason, the new one. It's just various animes. Sorry if there's bad lighting down there towards the floor. While we're here, I'll just go ahead and kind of show you this. This is just kind of a Dallas set I have kind of beat up, and there's some other various sets here. Bunch of yo-yos that I collect sometimes. Sometimes I get in the mood for yo-yos, but this just more sets, various sets here. Different things. There's a little sweeper I use. I just show you some of the mess. There's Three Stooges set and the old Lord of the Rings. There's a SummerSlam set. There's sets of Star Trek. This is all Star Trek. Next Generation, Enterprise, the original Star Trek series. That's the whole box set of Deep Space Nine. Then there's the 2 sets from the original movies set and the Next Generation movie set. Scooby-Doo turtle set. There's some other things. There's like a monkeys back there. There's just various things, just various junk I collect sometimes. Then we'll swing, and that's just about to conclude the room tour. That's enough of that. I can go into those in details in different videos, but we will sit down here, and I'm not sure if there'll be enough light to see. I might have to grab just a flashlight to flash underneath here. I really don't want to show all this stuff under here because some of it gets into, well, it's not personal items. There's nothing dirty. There's nothing dirty about here, but there's my TV setup. That's what I'm looking at while I've got the 220. These are 22Fs MSI monitors. 22-inch MSIs. I used to have 27s, and when I mounted them up here, they were so gigantic you couldn't do anything with them. But here's my PS. This is my Switch 2. It's up here. It's right next to me on the sitting right next to me. You go over here, and you can see my glasses, and there's my microphone I can just pull out when I need to use it. When I game, I usually use just the mic, headset mic. There's my keyboard, a nice wireless keyboard. You hit that and it lights up. It's wireless, so it's got cool lights you can see in the dark, and remotes and stuff. There's my Pro Controller. This is a light as well. I guess I could turn that on. Maybe I can get enough light out here, but this is a cool light. It folds out and swivels around. I may be able to make enough light for us to see down here. But underneath here, if I can not smack everything, if you get underneath here, there's a receiver for the and there's headphones. I set my headphones down here. There's my gaming, and there's just my TV headphones. I don't know if you can see them well. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm swinging this light back down here. You can see down here. I can see the camera better at this angle, but there's the Switch 1. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's under a table, so and that's just that Elgato Stream Deck. You can hit the buttons and switch between. I don't use it much right now, and you can't really tell we're so close, but there's my Nintendo Wii U down here, and then there's a Blu-ray drive that I use for my computer, and then there's the Xbox One, which isn't hooked up just yet. And that's really about everything. There's my mixing. There's a cord laying on top of it, but that's the mixing board I use for my microphone. It's just a cheap one, but it actually ends up producing a half-decent sound, so I'm pretty surprised about that. Apologize about all that if you got a couple of shots of over there, but yeah, this is my media room and my recording room and my gaming room and computer room all in one. And this is a setup that I've always wanted to do, and it's a setup that I've always wanted, and I'm finally going to be able to do it. So I've always wanted to have the main TV as like the TV that I play games on, stuff like that. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm Bewitched Lazy Boy, and this is my room tour for this year. And I'm not really a boy, but it looks like I am with all this junk. But yeah, thanks for checking out my media room tour, stuff like that. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna get out of here.